Hey, good Thursday morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa, chocked full with information today on the coming storm. There's a lot of real storminess with this, a lot of bad news, I guess I want to say, because of very distasteful weather, and some good news in here. The one thing we are going to have to watch out for is an ice accumulation, and that's looking more and more likely. So the storm details are solidifying. By what I mean by that is the GFS, the U.S. upgraded model, has, believe it or not, come around to the thinking somewhat of the European. Still not exact, but getting closer to the European, which continues to show the European model dominance. And an ice accumulation is showing up on both of those. But the good news is that there will also be, after the ice accumulation, for a large part of the populated area of southern Michigan, after the ice accumulation, there will be a warm-up even into the 40s, 50s to near 60 degrees for about a 3 to 6 hour window. And that will take some of the ice away. The question is, will the ice accumulation be so much in 12 hours that it will do damage before the warm-up? So let's get to it and show you what's going on. We're going to start with the European model, okay? And that's what we are looking at here. So we are, let's see, and I want to get to the comments too. Bear with me here. See if I can find you on here. I can't. Here we go. All right, I got my comments section. We're working with the company, by the way, that we're using to have the comments show on the side so I can read them a lot easier. Good morning, Michelle Bigham from Bad Axe. And Bob Terabilla, will there be snow for south of Detroit? No, very little. Traveling to Maryland tomorrow, will I miss the bad weather, Mary? Yes. What's the European model? That's a good one, Mitty. The European model doesn't shave their legs or armpits. That's just a weather joke that I have. Okay. Hey, Mary Foster from Leelanau County. Here we go. Here's the European model, okay? And it's been pretty consistent now for about 3 or 4 runs. And let me get back to it here. Okay, so Friday, rain showers. Friday night, Saturday morning, 7 a.m. The cold front is sneaking south. The moisture is sneaking up along it. Is there going to be a big ice storm in Flint and Saginaw, Curtis Jack? I would say yes, but again, it will melt off in both of those places too, probably. Still some uncertainty, so don't take that to the bank, but that's the scenario that has been consistent. So I want to show you Saturday afternoon. There's the freezing rain in Grand Rapids and Lansing and Kalamazoo and Alma and along I-69 to Flint. There's a snow north of it. Then we go to Saturday evening, and yeah, that dark purple, you don't want to see that. That means heavy freezing rain, okay? Is this going to hit the Flint area like it did a few years ago, same severity? The difference with this one is this is a 6 to 12 hour flat out rain, freezing rain, probably in some spots 1 to 2 inch ice accumulation, and then a melt off 3 to 6 hours later. So there will be damage, there will be power outages, but it won't be a long lasting type thing, like something like we had in 76 where it didn't warm up for a week or two. Okay, we're going to have a warm up in some places, not all places, and I'll show that to you. So this is Saturday evening. You don't want to be on the roads. I would say anywhere from I-94 might be in the rain, but it might be in the freezing rain. I-94 could be a mess, but as far as southern Michigan, you're okay. Otherwise, it is a mess. Now, here's that warm up. in the middle of the night, Saturday night. Look at how the rain line shoves up to about Bay City now, north of Saginaw to about Mount Pleasant, and then maybe out of the Grand Rapids area. Okay, let's see, Jen. Travel conditions for Saturday morning, Grand Rapids, Walker area, maybe 8 a.m. Let's go back and show you that. 8 a.m. You're in the snow, you're in the freezing rain, you're in the sleet, not the heart of it just yet, but you're going to have it. Traveling to Omaha from Rochester Hills on Friday, leaving at noon. You should be okay. You should be okay, I would say. All right, let's get back to us. Now, this is Saturday night, very important. That warming comes into the north, and then the wraparound snow comes back in by Sunday morning. Folks have asked about Detroit. Look at Detroit. Rain to maybe nothing. Albion to Detroit Airport, Friday 2 p.m. or Saturday 2 p.m. better. Definitely Friday 2 p.m. better. Definitely. Okay? I know, Jason, you're going to get excited here on snowmobiling. This is midday Sunday, the storm pulling off quickly, and the winds dying down. All right? So you've just seen the European. Now I have the GFS lined up for you. This is the US model, okay? All right, so this is Friday night, Saturday morning. Looks somewhat similar, but again, the GFS is still a little colder, a little faster, but now it's coming onto that idea of coming toward the Europeans' low pressure center at southern Lake Michigan. The ice storm comes in, something like this, 1 p.m. Saturday. That's a mess. Remember, hey, good morning, Gary Linkowski, better known as Link. This, remember, is south of the European by about 50 miles, so you shift everything. But nonetheless, we'll have to keep an eye on it. I think what I've been seeing lately is a merger in between the two, but I think the European is probably better on this one, and I think the GFS, the US model, is going to come toward it. We're at Saturday evening. We're at Saturday evening, 7 o'clock right there. What about toward the UP North? All snow ending, if for all practical purposes, toward the bridge or just past the bridge. I guess I shouldn't say that. Sunday, this is Saturday night. And here the GFS shows the warming too. See how it shows that storm center right down there at the southern end of Lake Michigan? That usually brings a warm slug of air in on the east side of it. So that's our hope. The ice falls, it accumulates, it melts. But I want to show you something. There will be probably a spot where it doesn't melt. And that would be north of Bay City, the Tawas area, to maybe Houghton Lake and Clare. Hillsdale, you're gonna go. You're gonna miss a good chunk of it. Yeah, you will be mostly rain to maybe a mix to maybe some light snow. So is Lansing in the ice portion? Well, we're gonna get a little closer here now. Okay, so now we're gonna start to look at close up. I just wanted to show you the differences. This will give us. This is the European model. Saturday morning. Someone asked about Lansing. Is Lansing in the ice? This is 1 in the afternoon. Yes, Lansing is in the ice. Yes, Lansing is the ice Saturday evening. If there's one message I would get out to you is traveling, avoid Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, Saturday night. Avoid. Unless you are south of I-94. Let's see. Amanda McCoy, I don't know where you're at. Far south, it could be 50. And that's a deceiving thing. Don't get me started. That's a deceiving thing from just using an app and just getting one number. It will probably be 50 Saturday. When? Mid 12:01 Saturday morning after Friday night. Temperatures fall all day, and when the weather hits, it won't be 50 degrees. So that's where a number can be deceiving. Jim Kurbitz, how about the winds? Okay, you get your isobars on here, and there's going to be wind with it. There's going to be probably 20, 25-mile-an-hour gusts, but the wind will die quickly after the storm pulls off. This is where I think it's important. Now, this is probably the most important screen that we can continue to show you to update. This is 1 in the morning, Saturday night, 1 a.m. Sunday morning, okay? And notice the freezing line and the rain comes up to about Saginaw, about Bay City, about Midland. North and west of that is the area that could stay all freezing rain and never melt off. So that's why I say in Montcalm County, Clare, Roscommon County, toward the Tawas area, Iosco County, that could be the problem. And then we're at Sunday morning, we change over to all snow. And by the way, folks in the north, notice you're seeing all snow, so I'll get to that here in just a second. But first, we got to give you the ugly stuff. Okay, the ugly stuff is the ice accumulation. Let me get it so you can see it a little bit better. All right, this is the ice accumulation, 6-hour ice accumulation, okay? That means it's not accumulative, so it's a little deceiving, I do agree to you. Let me get it in a better perspective for you here. There we go. Okay. And you get some numbers on it, so you should be fine. Oh, this is going to be a hard one for me to show you on this perspective. I guess what I'm just going to show you here is that, there's some heavy amounts of ice in there. There's some half-inch to inch ice accumulations. And if you add 2 6-hour periods together, there's some half-inch and inches. So there's up to potential for 2 inches in some location. Again, where it's heaviest will probably we'll be looking at some sort of melt off, okay? All right, here we go. How much snow? Let me see if I can adjust this some. It's nice and zoomed in for us, but all right, that'll work. Okay, so here we go. Sorry. I got her back, I do believe. Yes, I understand that my map is pointed, so you should be seeing it better now. Lower Peninsula. Okay, yes, you are. All right. So here's the total snowfall off of the European, and this looks good to me. This is a 6 to 10 inch. This is a 6 to 10 inch snow. You should be getting Michigan back now. 6 to 10 inch snow. Maybe 11. Probably not 12. If it's 12, it's in the northern sections of the state. Uh-oh. Well, I'll try that freezing rain again, perhaps. So here's your snowfall off of the European. And here is okay, let's see. Hold on a second here. Here are the temperatures that I want to show you. High temperatures. And I'm just going to go to one of the important things, okay? Saturday evening, look at that. It could be 60 in the far south. Everybody's still just seeing Wisconsin? Huh. That is, well, let me try this. How is that? That maybe did it. All right. Sorry. Here we go. Let's go back. Total snowfall. Here we go. Yeah, our system, this this is called the Light Studio. And, it's a third party. It's been pretty good until yesterday. It got real quirky for some reason. So a lot of times it happens when they make upgrades, they don't realize something else is going to change it. So we're good, right? You can see everything? Okay, good. You're seeing it now. I apologize. All right, here we go. Snowfall off of the GFS, or I'm sorry, off of the European, and there you can see the total snowfall. It's a good solid 6 to 10 inch snow in the northern part of lower Michigan. Then it tapers off rapidly, and nothing in the south and east. I'll be breaking it down city by city, but I just want to give you a heads up on what is coming now. I'll be breaking that down over the next 24 hours. All right, and hopefully you're seeing temperatures, and you are, okay? And I want to go to the high temperature in the middle of the night, Saturday night. All right, look at that. Look at this, would be a big help. After a half-inch shot of freezing rain, maybe more, we get to look at where the freezing line comes up to Bay City, Midland. Look at that, 60 degrees possible in the far southern part of the state. But it also says that just north of that, you're going to have still temperatures below freezing. There's Sunday morning, and look at Bay City and Saginaw and Flint and Alma and Grand Rapids. All of those could warm up considerably and get the ice off. So the question is, does the half-inch to inch to maybe inch and a half ice accumulation, does that do damage and power outages before it melts off 6 hours later? My guess is it would do some, definitely, but my guess is also it would not be certainly anywhere near as bad as if we had something that put down an inch or more of ice and then we turned cold and stayed below freezing for days or so, like we could at this time of the year. So we may luck out there. Okay, let's get to some questions here. What counties will be affected? If you're talking about the ice, I would say, everything north from I-94 north could be at risk. I'm going to go back to this one and try this one again for you, see if I can get it to work. This is the ice accumulation. Okay, tell me it's working for you. Tell me it's working for you. Now remember, this is a 6-hour accumulation. Okay, and it looks like it is going to work for you. Okay, so I got to inch it just a touch. And did that mess it up for us? Not too bad. Okay, we're going to have to live with it. I'll work on that graphic. This is the total ice accumulation in 6-hour periods. Okay, so we're going through Saturday here. And now we're going through Saturday. This is Saturday afternoon. This, again, is my main point here. Saturday afternoon and evening, heavy precipitation, some of it rain, some of it solid freezing rain, some of it sleet, some of it snow. All right. Grand Rapids, somebody asks about. Grand Rapids, you're in the freezing rain during Saturday. Then you get into you probably get to the melt down. You probably get to 35 to 40 degrees to Grand Rapids, and then you go back to some snow showers and not much snow after that. Ann Arbor ice, yes, probably right on the borderline. So hopefully you can sense my indecision there. UP, all snow, probably 3 to 6 inches. Okay. North of Jackson, probably some ice accumulation, but then you're going to get to 50, maybe 55 degrees in the middle of the night Saturday night. So that will take all of the ice away. Going to Middlebury, Indiana from Bad Axe on Saturday. How early should we leave? Friday. In all seriousness, leave as early as possible before the heavy freezing rain develops during the late morning, afternoon. It's not going to be a picnic for you until you get to south of probably I-69 Saturday morning. Then it's all rain, and you just keep on driving. Flint area, Walt Malin. Flint area. A mixture probably develops on Saturday. Heavy freezing rain Saturday afternoon, and then a melt off, and then back to snow showers with little, if any, accumulation on Sunday morning. Clio, you're in the heart of the ice. You do get into the melt off on Clio, middle of the night, perhaps. Now, again, I'm taking this as what's going to happen. There can still be some shifts. So you got to do this with me. This is the scenario right now, and you've got to join me every live and every post just so we can fine tune exactly where that melting line is going to move up to on Saturday. That's going to be the whole key to this. Marshall, Saturday night, probably, you're probably going to have some freezing rain and sleet and then melt off quickly. How much snow in Traverse City, Kerry Draper? It looks like a good solid 6 to 10 incher in Traverse City, and a meaty one too, not a fluff and blow around type thing, a meaty one. Connie, traveling Sunday from Cadillac to Ionia. Sunday, this storm pulls off pretty quickly, so don't get up real early and leave. Wait until the afternoon. Cadillac, solid snow, maybe some mixture in there. You're a good 6 to 10 inch meaty snow in Cadillac. You're a snowmobile snow because it's got some weight to it. And there could be some sleet and freezing rain briefly kind of mixing in there. Flying out of GR on Sunday AM, trying to go out Saturday. Sunday morning, it should be okay. In Grand Rapids, I'm sure they can handle it. Saturday morning, smart idea, better if you can, but Sunday probably won't be bad. How much snow for the thumb? I would say not a whole lot, maybe an inch or two. The way it looks now with the projected expected track, a shift to 25 or 50 miles to the south, I'm not expecting, but if it were to happen, you're talking thumb gets in the heavier snow. What's Northeast Michigan getting, Tricia Doyle? Northeast Michigan is a mess. Freezing rain, sleet, snow. Northeast Michigan will probably never melt off. The melt off line, as I'm calling it, comes up to about Bay City and Midland. So the Northeast, you get an accumulation of ice, quarter to half inch, and you probably get 3 to 6 inches of snow. Downriver, just rain? Yes. How much? 2 to 3 inches of rain on this. Check your sub pump. That's going to actually be my first official post this morning, is how much rain. Hey, Alton Gore from Atlanta, Georgia. You don't have to worry about any of this, do you? Sarah Evans, Dearborn, you're going to be mostly rain. You might get you will get a shot of freezing rain. Let's go back to Detroit. And you can see that these 6-hour periods, Detroit doesn't do a whole lot as far as freezing rain. So Dearborn, you're probably going to be pretty good the whole time. Flight delays from Detroit Saturday. I'm not a airline predictor, but it would be rain, heavy rain, whatever that does to the airlines. Snow or ice from Muskegon, asks Jane Bassett. Yes. You're in the ice accumulation during Saturday afternoon and evening. You probably get to the melt off, but you're going to be real close, and then you change over to a few inches of snow. Any warm up after the snow in Traverse City? Yes, warm ups next week again, and that continues to be the theme so far in this winter, is cool down for a day or two, warm up for 2 or 3 days, and then a storm system. Next storm system looks like it's taking the warm track and is rain for everybody. Lori, Bartkowiak. How did I do there? Bay City, a solid freezing rain mess Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Hopefully for Bay City, you get to the 34, 36 degree mark, middle of the night, Saturday night. It melts off. And then you go back to maybe 1 or 2 inches of snow early Sunday morning. Posen, Michigan. When does it start? Traveling to Saginaw Saturday 4 a.m. Posen. Let's go back to the European and look at that one. Posen, the potato capital, I guess, of Michigan. That's Saturday morning. So you're gonna have light snow driving down to Saginaw, and then you're gonna get into the mess there. What area are you expecting the most dangerous travel? I would say the most dangerous travel would be right there. We're at Saturday evening, and the center of the state has the heavy freezing rain. Weather Channel says 18 inches, and then AccuWeather saying only 2 inches for Greenbush. Okay, I was going to show this to you. The GFS. Well, I don't believe that. I don't know about the 18 inches. Greenbush, I would say you're in the 6 to 10 inch range, depending on how much mix you get. If you change the sleet and freezing rain, you'll go down into that 6 inch and it'll be solid. Looks like GR will be a mess. Yes. Now I want to show you that. Okay, so this is the worst time period, Saturday afternoon, evening. Then look at GR, close to the melt off, close to it. You could improve in the middle of the night and then go back to a quick shot of 6 hours of snow showers and no big deal. How much do you expect for Alpena County area, or is it going to melt off with the warm up next week? Alpena, you should be all snow for the most part, I do believe. Let's find you here. So I think you're a good solid snowmobile snow, 6 inches or more, and it will not all melt off, but you will get above freezing next week. Yeah, there you go. Jason Swan, thank you very much. Hey, we do use the Weather Channel. We do use AccuWeather. When you're looking at a phone app, you're looking at pretty much the direct output from one of the two models. Now, there is a blend. There is a National Weather Service blend. And that's the Weather Service forecast. Sometimes they'll show that, but a lot of times they run with one of the models, and it's back and forth. Hey, good morning, Drew Robinson. What will Waterford be like? Waterford, you'll probably be mostly rain to maybe a mixture in the afternoon or evening on Saturday to back to rain and very little snow after that. Clarkston, same kind of deal. Jeff Keith, driving back from Fort Wayne to Ann Arbor Saturday night. Do I need to stay in Fort Wayne another night? I would check and see what's going on in Ann Arbor. Fort Wayne is probably going to be all rain. You're going to get up toward Ann Arbor and head toward ice. But when you leave, I would leave late Saturday night on that warm bubble of air moving northward, because right now, with projections, Ann Arbor gets into the warm-up. Snow could move south 50 miles or more and give Flint more snow. Yes, it's still out in the western U.S., but the storm is in the U.S. now, so being sampled better by all the models because we have more upper air data, more reports to go into the initialization of the model. So yes, it's definitely doing a better job. Could shift. Will it shift south? I don't think it'll shift south. I think the strength is shift north some if it does. How's Manistee looking, being close to Lakeshore? Manistee, you probably will never melt off, so you're a mixture, snow to sleet and freezing rain, back to snow. That'll cut the ice amounts, but you won't melt off, and you're probably winding up with 6 or more inches of solid snow. Alma, Tammy Roberts Gross. Alma gets into the freezing rain solidly Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening. The way it looks now, Watch me for updates. And Alma does get to the warm-up in the middle of the night, Saturday night, and then maybe an inch or two of snow Sunday morning. Midland, Steve Swanson, depends on where you live in Midland. You are close to the warm-up. So you get the freezing rain, the sleet Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. You probably get to 34, 35, 36 degrees. Probably helps the power lines, but it's going to be really close. Tarek Otto Jackson, you will have a shot of freezing rain probably Saturday afternoon, but then it's going to quickly warm up and go away in Jackson. Little, if any, snow after that on Sunday. Sarah Hutchinson, could you please touch on Saginaw on Sunday? Will be safe to travel going north in the afternoon. This storm's going to move up pretty quickly, so all the precipitation should be done by noon on Sunday, if not before that, if not 9 a.m. So I would think Sunday afternoon would be okay. There's not a rip-roaring cold snap behind this, so salt on roads will work very nicely. How far north do I need to go to get some decent snowshoeing in, Elizabeth? Northern half of the state is going to, northern third of the state, let's say, is going to have a good solid one. Kalamazoo Portage area, haven't covered you guys just yet. Let's go back to our freezing rain and see what happens there. Bear with me here. Okay. Kalamazoo probably gets into the freezing rain for a time period, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Then it does warm up, I do believe. Okay. Chesterfield, I'll be honest, I don't know where that is, Chuck Ingalls. You're going to have to tell me because I'm not really sure right now. Let's see. Traveling from Spring Lake to Muskegon Saturday afternoon. Oh, that won't be a real pretty drive. It just won't, because that's where the precipitation will be heaviest at that time period. If you don't have to do that one, I probably wouldn't. Drive from Detroit to Houghton early Saturday morning. Okay, let's go back to, this is for Mandy Farquhar. Hopefully I didn't get that one too bad. All right, Mandy, let's take a look at that. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. Saturday morning. That's 8 a.m., 7 a.m. Saturday. You're going to probably have the northern half of Michigan as, an inch or two of snow and a section with some freezing rain. So it's not going to be a great drive for, let's say, a quarter of it. Pinckney, Ann Arbor, Connie, you get shot of freezing rain. You get heavy rain first, then a shot of freezing rain and sleet Saturday afternoon or evening. Then you do get a warm-up middle of the night. Right now, that's the way it looks. And I should preface that all along, is that this is the way it works. Elizabeth, help quell my depression. Is the lower third going to get totally shut out of snow this month? No, I don't think so. Weather Underground shows 11.5 inches of snow for Shepherd. Doesn't sound the same as your forecast. I believe they're probably using the straight output from the GFS model. Now, here's my thing, okay? We're going to get off these maps, and we're going to come back to me, the human being, if you call me that. I still think there's room for the human meteorologist. Think about this. I use what I call situational weather forecasting. Someone asks about Shepherd. Okay, Shepherd, we pretty well do believe that there will be a mixture there, sleet and freezing rain, and then some snow. I have very rarely ever seen a foot of snow in Michigan when freezing rain and sleet mixes in. It's just, now, never say never in weather, but it's just hard to do. It's hard to get 6 or 7 inches if you have a mixture of freezing rain and sleet in there. First off, it compacts whatever fell before it, and it uses up some moisture. So Shepherd, you're going to be a mess, but I don't know if it's 11.5 inches. And that's what we're going to be doing now, is fine-tuning all of the zones and giving that to you. I'm going to wait until the morning runs come out. Then I'm going to give you a good update this afternoon, and we'll continue along. The main things you need to know right now, the main message is the heaviest, nasty, dangerous travel weather comes in Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, Saturday night in southern Michigan. Maybe some improvement after that. And in northern Michigan, once the snow starts, you're into it the whole time. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday morning. So try to go south, try to go as early as you can, and definitely keep updated with us here on MLive. Thank you. Sorry about the little snafus. We're trying to always improve, and it's, sometimes it's on the fly, and sometimes the technology crashes and burns too, like it did yesterday. It's going to happen. We apologize for that. We're just trying to strive forward, and it's third-party software that comes along and solves these problems. I like this better. I like the way I can show you the maps. I like the steadiness of it. Before I was taking my phone and holding it and trying to hold it steady. Sometimes that didn't work. So there you go. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. I will definitely have more updates for you through the day and through the next couple of days. Tell everybody, go to MLive, watch us, follow us. We'd appreciate it greatly. Thank you.